This is Kyle Sabra from Hat Local SEO, and in this video we're going to go over how to read a GeoGrid report specifically from Local Dominator so you can either start your SEO strategy or check up and see if your SEO agency is bullshitting you so you don't get fucking scammed. So before we do that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment if you think I'm full of shit, or if you have any ideas for any other videos that you want me to make. If you have any questions you want me to answer, just drop them in a comment. Do or don't. Honestly, I don't give a shit. So this is Local Dominator. This is a GeoGrid reporting software that shows you what your rankings are in a given area for your Google business profile in a given point in time. This is not something that's going to track your organic rankings, so this isn't going to be good if you're trying to rank for like an e-commerce term or if you're trying to rank your blog posts or anything. This is strictly for local SEO. This is strictly for figuring out where your GBP is ranking for a specific keyword at a specific point in time. Conversely, if you're using something like SEMrush or Ahrefs or Agency Analytics, it's not going to have the in-depth, detailed reporting that Local Dominator is going to have. It's going to tell you, yes, you are ranking #1 for the keyword water damage restoration near me. But that would be at one very specific latitude and longitude coordinate, one very specific point. It doesn't give you the rankings for an entire, 100 square miles like this. If you are doing local SEO, or if you have a business that relies on, foot traffic, you go, or people come to you, you go to other people. This is something that you have to make sure that you are actually ranking in your targeted area. Without this, you're kind of just flying blind, right? You can't just go off of one point, one very specific GeoGrid point for your rankings. You have to make sure that you're ranking them over whatever your target radius is. Like I said, this is 100 square miles. You got to make sure you're doing that. So what this does is, like I said, you punch in your keyword and it tells you where you're ranking in these very specific coordinates for that specific keyword for that specific point in time. Point in time is important because your rankings can fluctuate over the course of a day. One thing that Google does is it actually adjusts rankings depending on who is open. So if you open later than your competitors, like for example, let's say that you open at 9 a.m. and your competitors open at 8 a.m. Well, for until 9 a.m. you're going to be basically invisible. And anybody who is open 24 hours or is open even just before you is going to get a bump in the rankings before you are. Conversely, if you're open 24 hours and you are actually open 24 hours, then your rankings are going to be pretty steady over time. This is also something, though, to where this only tells you what you're ranking for a specific keyword, and what keywords you choose are going to be really important for how you set up your strategy. For example, I want to show you this one. This is really interesting. So this is for the keyword water damage restoration Los Angeles, and fucking look at this. This is amazing. I bet whatever SEO here that did this is just absolutely fucking jerking themselves off over this and showing these reports to their client, when in reality, this is not that great. It might look really fucking amazing, right? Oh, we only need to do a little bit of work to start ranking over here. But you know what? People aren't really searching for service plus city, right? They're just searching for service near me or just the name of the service. So if we take off Los Angeles, if we just take off that bullshit geo modifier that nobody really is looking for, then here's what the actual rankings are. I'd be fucking pissed if some SEO came up to me with a GeoGrid report like this, targeting just the keyword service in city, when really we know that people aren't searching for that. And in all actuality, I'm ranking like this, basically fucking invisible, right? And if you don't believe me, look at what SEMrush has to say about this. So for the keyword water damage restoration near me in Los Angeles, it's 480 searches per month. But if you do water damage restoration in Los Angeles, it goes down to 320, right? So everybody's looking for this one. Not a whole lot of people are looking for this one, right? And you can see here that there is a big difference when trying to rank for the service plus city versus just the name of the service. You're basically invisible when people are actually searching for just the keyword water damage restoration near me. Now, it's not all bad. You say, look, there's a spot 1 right here, spot 3 right here, spot 2, spot 3. So there are some map pack spots, but for the most part, this is being just completely obliterated by the competition in the mass because nobody actually searches for the keyword water damage restoration Los Angeles, right? And these are also two very different ways of ranking a GBP. If you are ranking a GBP for this very specific term, this is easy. This is just a matter of putting a keyword in the title, putting a keyword in the H1, using some bullshit like Surfer SEO to rank for the exact keyword water damage restoration Los Angeles. This is old school SEO. But to actually rank for a valuable keyword like water damage restoration near me, this takes a lot more savvy and a lot more knowledge and a lot more know-how than just trying to rank for water damage restoration Los Angeles. And like I said, this is the one that actually brings in all the calls. So if your SEO agency is just trying to rank you for your service plus city rather than your service plus near me, they're either taking you for a ride or they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand me? This is not something that I would ever present to a client unless they specifically said, I want to rank for the keyword service plus city. So I want to show you other examples of this. So here is water damage repair near me and water damage repair Los Angeles. So you can see here how Los Angeles, 12.44, you can see how they've expanded their rankings here for the keyword Los Angeles. And near me, again, they are pretty much invisible. Even right here, you can see their rankings going down once you add in near me, because again, they don't know what they're doing, right? Water damage repair Los Angeles right here. That's the same one we looked at. So here's water damage restoration Los Angeles, and here's water damage restoration near me. This is a company who is probably actively spending money on SEO, because you can tell, because while their service in city keyword isn't doing great, their service near me keyword is expanding, it's ranking higher, and it looks like they're actually putting some effort behind this keyword. And this is one of the things that once you really start to know what you're doing, you know what to look for, you can tell who is actually spending money on SEO and who isn't, right? If somebody's rankings for service in city are lower than somebody, or than their rankings for service near me, you know they're probably spending money on good SEO, because that SEO actually knows what they are talking about, right? So this is one of the sneaky ways you can do some competitive research, right? So plug in your competitors' information, plug in the keywords you want to rank for, and see how they're ranking, see in what areas they're ranking in, and see if their near me searches are better than their service in city ranking results, right? So another thing that's super cool with local dominators is, again, the competitive intelligence. So you can actually click on each one of these individual points and see what competitors are ranking there and what they are doing differently than you. And by that, I mean, look at this. So they're ranking 3, 4, whatever. It drops down to 5 here. Okay, let's see what's going on. So here we go, full restoration service. So this is for the keyword water damage restoration near me. So one thing that we can tell is we have Paul Davis Restoration of Pasadena. We have, okay, so restoration here, water damage restoration. So you don't necessarily need to have the keyword water damage restoration or water damage in the title of your GBP to rank here. But what do we see here, right? We see 34, 37, 52, 70, 16. So everybody ranking above him not necessarily has better overall ratings, but they have more reviews than this company does, right? So that's one thing that you'll notice here is they probably need to put a lot more effort into their review generation. Another thing too that you see here is these are all physical locations. I don't think we get to there we go. Not until spot 10, 11 do we see anybody who is a service area business. So this is one keyword where you absolutely have to have a physical location to be able to rank for this near me keyword. You see where I'm going with this? You see all the information that you can gather from your GeoGrid reports here from your running a local dominator report. So if you are a service area business that has to hide the address, you're fucked. You're not going to be ranking anywhere, not for this keyword, not for a lot of keywords too. If you go here on the flip side, if you do this and you see like maybe half, if not a little bit more, of the people ranking in the map pack or in the top 5 or whatever are service area businesses, then you know that if you have a service area business, you have a pretty good chance of ranking there. But since these are all location-based businesses, I wouldn't even try ranking you for a service area business unless you had a fuck ton of money to spend, right? So that's just what we can see here. You can go ahead and you can do a scan for here we go. For Paul Davis restoration, let's go here. Boom, boom, boom. Water damage restoration near me. So now you can do a scan here and see exactly what they're, how they're ranking, right? We'll get to that later. So again, a great way to actually get more competitive intelligence on each one of your competitors. You can see what they're doing to rank. So let's click on this one. You can see here, you can see where it says view on Google, and then you can actually see exactly what your competitors are doing. So they're open 24 hours, which means, like I said, if you are only open 9 to 5 or whatever, even though you might have an answering service after those hours, they're going to be getting more phone calls than you. They're going to be ranking higher than you after those hours, right? They are actively putting in GBP posts. You can see they have questions and answer here. Ooh, this is not good. And then let's go to the website. So you can see here, you can see here, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, they're using Yext. So these guys are actively spending money on SEO. And then you can go here to their website and you can see exactly what they are doing. Right, you can see what pages that are on here. You can see what pages or what keywords they are actually trying to target, trying to rank for. You can see if they have any blog posts on here, so you can reverse engineer their ranking strategy to see what you need to do to get ahead of them. One thing that Local Dominator does not do is give you information on backlinks. That's still something you need to do with like Majestic or Ahrefs or whatever your favorite backlink tool is. It does not do this. This really only does, it only shows you GBP optimizations that you yourself can do and on-page SEO optimizations, but for that you would still need to have a little bit of knowledge of on-page SEO to see what they're doing. Now, let's take this and then let's just do a search for them. You could pay for the GMB Crush, let's see, you could do the GMB Crush Chrome extension, or you can just use the mobile simulator to see more about their GBP. So we're going to go here to services, and here we're going to see what services are being offered, right? So 24-hour emergency service, so they have the main category, water damage restoration. 24-hour emergency service, 24-hour restoration, AC leak damage. So now you know exactly what categories they have, and how they are using the services to actually give them bumps for these keywords. Now, these bumps, if you add in the services and if you add in actual descriptions, it's not going to be huge. But you're still going to get measurable increases for some of these edge case keywords if you add in keyword-rich service descriptions on here, right? So let's go ahead and turn this off. The other thing you can do too is once you figure out who your competitors are, you can use the Plepper plugin. Oh, there we go. To learn a little bit more information about what they're doing. So you saw that there were a few categories on the back end of the services that we saw, but if you use the Plepper plugin, you can see all of the services that they're using, and you can come here and see, okay, I should probably use these services if the competition is using it. This is definitely relevant to my core services, things like that. You can get the knowledge graph ID. You can see how they are being shown on different search engines, and also water damage restoration service. Look at this. So this takes you into some keyword research that you can do as well. So this helps you with your service page planning, with your blog post planning, if you want to go that route. There's a lot of things here that you can learn off of the Plepper plugin. Let's look at attributes. So this is the attributes that you probably should have on your GBP2. Again, you want to be able to match and then exceed what your competition is doing on here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. So using Plepper and using Local Dominator is going to give you a lot of information on exactly what your competition is doing and what you need to do to meet and beat them in the local area that you are providing your services in, right? Local Dominator is super easy to use. You just punch in your keyword. It's I think there's a free tier. If not, this should be affordable to anybody who owns a local business. And again, this is something that you just need to be using. Not just if you're doing your own SEO, but also you need to be able to read this for when your SEO agency actually gives you these reports. So you can be like, oh yeah, we're ranking great for a service in the city, but what the hell is going on with service near me? This is the money keyword. Why aren't I ranking here? Now you can really hold their feet to the fire and try to get some answers out of them as far as why the reports they're giving you look so fucking great, but you're still not getting any phone calls, right? This is exactly the information that you need to come prepared with when trying to say, hey, I'm paying you X amount of dollars per month. I'm not getting an ROI off of my SEO budget. I'm going to go talk to Kyle at Green Hat Local SEO. And this is the exact way that you do it. So make sure that you are informed. Make sure you know how to read these Local Dominator GeoGrids, and make sure you know what questions to ask and what to look for when you are getting these reports, so you know exactly how your SEO budget is being used. That's not to say that, you know, they're not working on your GBP, they're not working on your website or anything, but if you're not seeing any results after like 3 months, there's something wrong there, and you should probably start looking for another agency, right? So that's about it for how to read a Local Dominator report in order to make sure that your SEO budget is being used wisely. If you have any more questions about this, contact us at ghls.io. Again, my name is Kyle Sabroff from Green Hat Local SEO, and I will talk to you later.